Major League Baseball announced Tuesday it will launch an investigation into comments made by the assistant general manager of the Houston Astros. According to Sports Illustrated, Brandon Taubman shouted at a group of female reporters in the clubhouse, quote, "Thank God we got Osuna. I'm so glad we got Osuna." This after his team beat the Yankees on Saturday night. Taubman is referring to Astros closer Roberto Osuna, who was suspended by the league for 75 games last season because of an alleged domestic abuse incident. The Astros released a statement in which they did not deny Taubman's comments. The team defended him, saying, quote, "An Astros player was being asked questions about a difficult outing. Our executive was supporting the player during a difficult time." Astros manager A.J. Hinch addressed the incident at a press conference Tuesday.
My reaction, I'm very disappointed for a lot of reasons. I mean, it's unfortunate, it's uncalled for. For me as a leader in this organization, down here in the clubhouse, on the field, I take everything that happens in the clubhouse to heart.
Taubman says his language was inappropriate, and he is sorry if he offended anyone. Joining me from Seabright, New Jersey, is Katherine Acquavella. She is an MLB writer for CBS Sports. Katherine, welcome. Why are Brandon Taubman's comments getting so much criticism?
Well, these comments have received a negative response because not only do the comments represent a viewpoint of arrogance, but his comments that were directed to a group of female reporters represent a viewpoint on domestic violence that's one without remorse. And the comments itself have really put the sport back after all of the strides female reporters have made in regards to covering baseball, and the attitude just promotes a disrespectful working environment for these women affected.
And what has the reaction been from around the league, specifically from the Baseball Writers Association, with regards to the Astros defending their assistant general manager?
Right. So the Baseball Writers Association had released a statement where they had defended Sports Illustrated writer Stephanie Epstein's piece. And ultimately, what it comes down to is that it's really unethical to insinuate that she fabricated this report when it was published, with several other journalists in the clubhouse corroborating her report. And it was part of a reputable report.
And the MLB announced it will be investigating these comments. Do you have any idea what that investigation might look like?
Right. So Major League Baseball is very diligent with their investigations, so it's unlikely that any discipline will be happening or announced soon. But the investigation should involve the Astros front office. And I believe that the conclusion will be a suspension or, at the worst, the punishment that's available, a dismissal.
And what do you make of the Astros' apology?
Well, firstly, I think that their original statement was confusing and didn't make complete sense. The team didn't deny Taubman's comments, but they claimed that Osuna was being interviewed and said that his comments weren't directed to the reporters, both of which don't match up with Stephanie's report or the several journalists who confirmed it. And secondly, this statement really just comes across as insulting. To accuse a journalist of fabricating the story when they're covering your team is just really not great for the sport all around.
And I also want to ask you about the broader domestic violence issue inside Major League Baseball. The league has seen some domestic abuse cases before with some of their players. How has the league handled those cases in the past?
Well, Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association have created a joint domestic violence policy that first went into effect in August 2015. Since then, there have been 14 players investigated, and their suspensions have varied in length. We've seen 15-game suspensions all the way up to 100-game suspensions, all without pay. And while many have not even returned to the sport of professional baseball, the majority continue to play as members of professional clubs. Addison Russell of the Cubs received a 40-game suspension at the end of last season, but he remained a member of the team this season. Aroldis Chapman was a member of the Cubs as well during the time of his suspension, but he was later traded to the Yankees, and as recently as this past year's division series, he had participated in and pitched. The most recent player to be placed on the restricted list for the league, Domingo Germán, the Yankees starting pitcher, it's likely that his suspension awaits as well.
So a spotty history. All right. Well, Katherine Acquavella, thank you so much for joining us.